God is great. God is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, God is good. This is dkdynamite, and we just got a massive blog post from Treyarch about some insane Year 2 updates, the rest of 2022's DLC schedule, and even some surprise plans for Vanguard. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and make sure you have notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Cold War Year 2, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2, and any other future Call of Duty as well. I'm just waiting for those comments tonight where somebody's like, Year 2 is clickbait, it's not real. I mean, regardless though, enjoy the insane nukes over on Zoo and Drive-In, two of my favorite multiplayer maps from Black Ops 1, which are beautifully remastered here in Black Ops Cold War. We have a lot to go through today, so buckle your seatbelts. And all of a sudden, I woke up at around 2:01 p.m. to my phone absolutely blowing up because Treyarch had just tweeted, and I quote, "We've got a lot coming in 2022, including round-based zombies maps in Vanguard. Learn about what Treyarch's working on for Vanguard, Black Ops Cold War multiplayer and zombies, ranked play, Warzone, and even beyond." Nobody had a tweet like this on their bingo card for today, I can assure you that, so let's jump right into it. So starting off with the beginning of the blog post, we've got a lot going on in 2022 as we continue development on upcoming zombies content for Call of Duty Vanguard. The team at Treyarch has been building the foundations of ranked play as the new home for competitive Call of Duty, as well as working on new weapons, operator skins, weapon blueprints, bundles, zombies updates, and remastered multiplayer maps, plural, for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. At the same time, we're also heads down on development and support for upcoming Call of Duty content. You could say we've been a little busy, and I'll put the Batman gif on screen because it's perfect, right? To give everyone a sneak preview of what's coming, let's dive into our plans for the near future, starting with zombies. So yeah, let's jump right into it for those out there that still care about Vanguard or what Treyarch has in store for the future of that game's DLC cycle. It says it's happening. Round-based zombies is coming to Vanguard with the launches of Duran Fung and Terra Maledicta wrapped up and our seasonal updates out in the wild. The Vanguard Zombies team is focusing its efforts on the groundwork required to bring round-based zombies to Vanguard. Before I continue though, the reason it says groundwork is because they're using a new engine that they never have before, the Modern Warfare engine. So it'll take them some time to get round-based working on that, and it's a very small team working on Vanguard Zombies over there, so you guys get the point, right? Well, we're extremely excited to deliver this classic style of gameplay for Vanguard players. While we're extremely excited to deliver this classic style of gameplay for Vanguard players, we want to set the expectation up front that it's going to take some time to get it into your hands. This involves extensive systems development from the ground up in a variety of areas, including the design, implementation, and testing of round-based wave spawning and AI pathing, zoning systems, fast travel mechanics, door buys, wall buys, and plenty more. Dark Ether story will also ramp up throughout the events to come, which includes extensive script writing and voiceover sessions in parallel with the production of game content. Development is currently underway, and we're able to provide some early details today. So this also came out of left field. Numa Reborn. Vanguard's next zombies map will be a reimagining of the full scope of Numa, first introduced in World at War. Freshly enhanced with an all-new main quest and side quest, a new area to explore, a new wonder weapon quest, the classic flogger trap, and electroshock defenses, remastered Easter eggs, new pack-a-punch camos, and a new Dark Ether narrative for the map. Based on our current production schedule, we're planning to bring this map to Vanguard after Season 3 concludes, and we can't wait to share more as we get closer to its release. Probably not Season 3 Reloaded, but early Season 4, similar to Modern Toten's launch last year during Cold War's life cycle. In Season 3, Vanguard Zombies will include support for the latest Battle Pass weapons, new weapon unlock challenges, 20 new season challenges, calling cards, XP bonuses, and additional bug and stability fixes for existing content. As we shift to round-based map development going forward, Sacrifice will be the final objective added to the mode. We're also bringing updates to Cold War Zombies during Season 3 for players to jump into. More on that below. So right then and there, it confirms the style that Duran Fung and Terra Maledicta go for, with the hub in the middle, the portals, the objectives, that's done for Vanguard. There may just be, a good 2 maps left for Vanguard Zombies, and they're going to end up both being round-based. One of them is Numa, and I'm assuming we'll get maybe an original map to close off the DLC cycle of Vanguard Vanguard Zombies as we know it. So as I said, if we can wave a magic wand and play the map right now with the rest of you, we would. In the meantime, we hope this offers a clearer picture of what goes into crafting a Zombies experience for the community. Numa gives us a solid canvas to build upon, and the team is pushing hard to create a truly unique chapter of the Dark Aether universe with new story elements and quests that even series veterans can discover for the first time. And that's the thing, right? People out there that act like they're devs or understand game development hopefully receive some clarification in this blog post as to why Vanguard Zombies development is extremely slow. They're working on a new engine and it's not easy. They might be using this engine though for their next Black Ops game, which means the work they do this year on Vanguard is helping them prepare for that, using the Modern Warfare engine going forward. That could be what it is. We also have that story narrative in Duran Fung where we have a piece of the Toma ritual sitting there in Numa. We never really follow up on that, so I'm wondering if that's connected to how we're gonna have a full-fledged remake of Numa, right? That continues that narrative a little bit. Maybe it all connects, or maybe it doesn't, and it's just gonna go in a new direction with a map that everybody is familiar with. But now the good stuff here. As I said, let's now talk about Black Ops Cold War content coming to multiplayer, Zombies, and Warzone this year. Holy crap, incoming Cold War content. Our first batch of Cold War content for 2022 arrived in March with the release of WMD, the Varg 52 Assault Rifle, and the Pharaoh Fury Reactive Mastercraft. We were thrilled to see the outpouring of support for this content, and we've got more to come. And yeah, that's a shout out to shills like me who absolutely love any new content that is coming to Cold War, right? In the coming weeks, we'll be releasing an all-new ranged weapon to take into multiplayer, Zombies, and Warzone, as well as a familiar face from the campaign as our newest operator. In multiplayer, another classic Black Ops remaster will join the 6v6 rotation when we bring Jungle to the game. This one's an absolute favorite of ours, and we can't wait for you to experience it with everything Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer has to offer for the first time. Let's break that down for a second. So first off, an all new ranged weapon that's probably the SMG, right? Codename Fléchette. We don't know the name of the weapon just yet, but they said in the coming weeks. So as I predicted in last night's video and several others in the past, I think we're going to be getting at least 1 to 2 big updates for Cold War every season moving forward that exists of Vanguard. So there's that. That's awesome confirmation. But they said familiar face from the campaign as our newest operator. I'm like, wait a second, who do you think that is, guys? Please drop all your best ideas and theories down below in the comments. I'll put images on screen of who I think could be the familiar face that finally pops up. That's awesome. I mean, we did hear confirmation a couple months ago that they're not done updating the roster of operators in Cold War, and I don't think Ravenov is the last new operator coming to the game, because he's not a familiar face from campaign at all, obviously, so that makes sense. But then Jungle. So yes, like I also said in a couple of videos previously, I think WMD just happened to fit the theme and vibe of Season 2 for Vanguard, right? That snowy type of atmosphere and energy going on there, right? The Alps was the focus, and then WMD also just works, whereas Season 3 is going for another focus in Caldera, kind of like a misty, jungly type of outdoor environment. That's kind of the energy I'm getting from it, and Jungle just happens to also fit that. So thankfully we're finally getting Jungle this season. Notice how they said plural multiplayer maps coming to Cold War, so Jungle is not it. It's not the final map coming to Year 2, which is fantastic confirmation here. Now they said in the not too distant future, we're planning to release a new melee weapon for use in multiplayer Zombies and Warzone. We'll also have new operator skins, weapon blueprints, finishing moves, calling cards, charms, emblems, and other cosmetics arriving in a new series of store bundles throughout the months to come. In fact, our old Fred Hudson should be getting some new threads any day now. And I'm like, okay, any day now. The rumor is April 15th for Hudson. That's tomorrow, time of posting this. So I think that is some confirmation that Hudson is dropping tomorrow. Holy crap. You guys know I have some insane coverage of that pack as of tomorrow. The bundle itself comes with some crazy tracers and some other awesome cosmetics. But they mentioned in the not too distant future, so maybe Season 3 Reloaded or Season 4, the Scythe melee weapon. So this is what threw me off, right? Because I'm like, hold on. We have the Scythe, which hackers are using right now in game. The name for it exists, pops up in the game's custom menu as well for custom restrictions. I was thinking the Scythe was coming way before the SMG, but we all had it backwards. And can't complain about that, right? Rather get the SMG first anyway, but with the release of the melee weapon, the Scythe, you know Ravenov will end up coming at the same time because there's a Scythe blueprint in that bundle. So I'm gonna say in the next season and a half, tops, we'll end up getting Ravenov, hopefully sooner. But I'll keep you guys posted with that. Now, if you think about the size of the team working on Vanguard Zombies, and then you can also guess the size of the team working on Cold War Year 2, and then you can say, okay, I believe a majority of the team is working on the next Black Ops game, then I think it's safe to say, in order to ensure frequent Year 2 updates for Cold War, at least for multiplayer, it's likely going to rely on a lot of maps that were in Black Ops 4, and Jungle's obviously one of them, WMD was one of them, but if you look to the future, I'm like, alright, well, we have the rumor of all the Back in Black maps coming into the game. So, Firing Range Summit, which also happened to be in Black Ops 4, all the Black Ops 1 remastered maps as a part of the Black Ops Pass, they could very easily be ported into Cold War, so I think, like I brought up in a video a little while ago, those are all the maps that make the most sense to drop in Year 2. If we end up getting one map a season moving forward, then we should have a good, 3 to 4 maps left, including Jungle. We'll have to wait and see if Vanguard even gets 6 full seasons, but still promising nonetheless. We have a lot left in store for Black Ops Cold War, and I couldn't be more excited. But it gets better. As they said, for Cold War Zombies now, on the Zombies front, while we don't have plans to bring additional maps to Cold War for all the reasons we laid out at the start of this blog, we're delivering several updates to Outbreak and Onslaught starting with Season 3. We'll also be adding a new secret for Zombies players to discover, particularly those who've conquered every main quest that Cold War has to offer. Again, a lot to take away from that paragraph alone. First off, no additional round-based maps in Cold War, and I think all of us out there kind of figured that. I would have found it extremely shocking for them to add any round-based to Cold War Zombies. That's also seemingly confirmation that a Zombies Chronicles 2 is 100% not happening for Cold War, and I've believed this for a long time now. Chronicles 2 doesn't fit in Cold War. If it happened, I would love it because I'm a big fan of Cold War Zombies, but I think Chronicles 2 is best saved for a standalone project, not connected to any COD, or maybe as a part of their next Black Ops game in 2024, which will definitely have better graphics, better gameplay, mechanics, and maybe the maps and the remasters will fit better with that game and not Cold War. Also, narratively, Chronicles 1 narratively fit Black Ops 3 for a reason, whereas Chronicles 2 just, I don't think would fit narratively at all in Cold War Zombies. So I think that puts an end to that discussion, and it goes back to what Ralph even said, a Gaming Scooper, that we won't be hearing about that to 2024, 2025. Hopefully that clears things up, but holy crap, let's continue. Later this month, we're bringing Outbreak Collapse to all platforms. This LTM is the spiritual successor to last October's fan-favorite LTM, thank God, where players outlast increasingly intense waves for 10 minutes before attempting to exfil from a single region. After choosing from one of 2 random regions to infiltrate, you'll drop in and fight to survive as the difficulty ramps up every 2 minutes. Hold out until the time limit, and you'll race to the exfil point at the farthest possible position from your squad while a massive surge of zombies closes in on your position. Oh, and there's an order that knows exactly where you are. For an added challenge, we're releasing the Abomination Elite enemy from Forsaken, who's already in Onslaught, into the wilds of Outbreak with this update. Just in case you thought this beast wasn't tough enough to take down on its own, try tackling the new HVT Abomination variant we're also adding to the Eliminate objective. Wow, I mean, that's crazy. For Onslaught fans now, we're bringing several limited time modes to players on all platforms this year. First up, with Onslaught Mystery Munitions, where players spawn in with a random weapon and equip a different randomized weapon after every completed surge. As the seasons continue, players can expect to see Onslaught Accelerated, Diminishing Light, Elite arrive across all platforms for the first time. Each LTM offers its own unique weapon blueprint challenge to complete, so don't miss out on the opportunity to expand your collection. As I predicted in a couple of my previous Onslaught videos, I'm like, look, Xbox and PC never got a chance to play some of these LTMs or unlock those free blueprints, so it's inevitable to re-release those this year in 2022 so that all platforms get a chance to have a tackle at that. And that's the thing too, people out there that were even on PlayStation may not have played these modes last year for one reason or another, and now they can get another chance to do it this year. I think this is fantastic. Now, here's another crazy part of this. As for the secret we mentioned earlier, you have to discover its location on your own if you haven't completed all 6 main quests yet. Let's just say now would be a good time to get on that, depending on how many you've managed to conquer so far. Over a dozen unique rewards could be waiting for you, including a permanent upgrade in every Zombies map. Good luck. What? I mean, that is confirmation of a super Easter egg in Black Ops Cold War, something that Black Ops 4 never got, which I think was fairly shocking, but somewhat reasonable considering they had to start working on COD 2020, didn't have time to really polish up BO4 towards the end of that game cycle. But Cold War has 6 main quests, and there also isn't a reward for doing all of them, and it didn't really bother me, but I'm like, maybe a sticker or something goofy, right? A little cosmetic. No, they're going above and beyond that, and I know it's a bit late, but better late than never, right? We are getting some type of permanent upgrade in every zombies map that we're gonna have to find if you have completed all main quests. Like, what? This is insane. For those out there that are like, oh, there's no more round-based, no remasters, no Chronicles, I'm pissed. There's still a fun amount of content that they just didn't even need to put together for this year, right? They weren't obligated to do so, or maybe they were, considering Vanguard shit the bed, so Activision's like, yeah, Treyarch, put out some more for Cold War Year 2, but you guys get what I mean, right? There was no season pass, there was no guarantee last December of anything for Year 2, and they're still coming out and delivering, which is beyond insane, and Treyarch once again coming in to save the day. But it's like I said before, Cold War had us in a very good spot for the Call of Duty community, whether it's MPs, zombies, whatever it was, and then Vanguard really threw us off track, and I think Year 2 of Cold War is kind of fixing the trajectory of the COD community, really reviving things from what I could see from the energy today, and then Activision expects Modern Warfare 2 to fully bring Call of Duty back to its glory as it releases this fall, you know what I mean? Now also some other updates that just popped up as I was editing this video. Number one, Infected was added back into Cold War multiplayer today. I was confused as to why it got removed in the first place. I figured they would just throw it into the party games mosh pits, considering WMD support for Infected was added in about, what, a month ago? So I'm like, wait, they added that in, but then Infected got removed. I was confused on that. We also have an update thanks to a developer at Treyarch who responded to Lego Unlocked on Twitter, claiming that the invisible zombie bug in Onslaught, which has been there for quite some time, is finally being fixed with the launch of Season 3. That's insane. I mean, that's been an issue that I think has ruined a lot of people's experiences with Onslaught, and I know there was a workaround, right, by using, what was it, Frenzy Guard to get rid of them, but luckily that is finally getting fixed in the upcoming DLC update. Now, shall I also add that I don't think Treyarch would have gone ahead and updated Onslaught or Outbreak or even multiplayer for that matter if the player count wasn't looking sharp for Cold War. I mean, if the player count was dead for most of the Cold War game modes, then I don't think Activision would be like, yeah, Treyarch, go ahead and add in some more Year 2 content. Call of Duty needs it right now. They wouldn't have done that. If Vanguard was overperforming or even doing better than Cold War ever did, then you would never see any of this content. So I think this is a great sign that Cold War is still as strong as ever. Now we also have Drew, a developer over at Treyarch, who is a point designer for COD Vanguard and a combat designer from Cold War. He previously worked on Blackout, Der Eisendrache, some fantastic projects over there. He wanted ahead and said, feels like that last bullet point is being a bit undersold. And I'm like, wait, I completely missed this. In one of Treyarch's tweets today, they do say that for the projects they're working on, not only is it Vanguard, Cold War, Zombies, Warzone, at the bottom it says future COD content. And I'm like, what could that be, right? Does that line up with the rumors we've been hearing from gaming scoopers about Treyarch's involvement in Modern Warfare 2? Depending on what that is, that could be what this means. The standalone Zombies project, which has been rumored. We have a free-to-play game featuring building, which apparently Sledgehammer was leading at one point, but now they're reportedly back to a support studio, so could Treyarch be taking that over? I mean, there's a lot of projects that may not have anything to do with Black Ops 2024, but are still Call of Duty related, which could be dropping in the next year, year and a half, something to keep us going if Modern Warfare 2 isn't your cup of tea, and if that wait for the next Black Ops game does feel like it's a long one, maybe they have some really cool projects on the way that can really help out with that. As they also said, here's the hell of a year. There's a lot of Call of Duty happening in 2022 with even more to come, whether you're slaying zombies in Vanguard, playing the objective in WMD in Jungle, climbing the ladder in ranked play, fighting the undead in Cold War Zombies, dropping in with new Black Ops content in Warzone, or all of the above. We're honored to be along for the ride. We hope you're looking forward to what we're cooking up for this year and for what comes next. Thanks again for your support, and as always, we'll see you online. And just seriously, thank you, Treyarch. If anybody out there at Treyarch ever watches my content, thank you. I mean, yeah, I get called the Cold War shill, the Treyarch show all the time. You guys just happen to deliver the best content that is fun to make videos on, fun to stream, fun to just grind offline, and you guys also provide just the best marketing. I mean, the energy around their tweets and their blog posts is unmatched, and you guys have set a precedent for how other devs should do their content, and I hope to see similarities between Modern Warfare 2 marketing to how Cold War was handled, right? Hopefully Infinity Ward has taken a note or two from Treyarch's book, right? Let's just see. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What in the hell happened today, guys? All of a sudden, we got this crazy blog post talking about all future DLC from Treyarch, and I couldn't be more excited. I'll see you guys tomorrow with my review of the Hudson bundle if it does release, and possibly a gameplay stream or the podcast right after that. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.